How y'all doing this morning?
Great.
I'm excited to be here in sunny Jacksonville, Florida. It's not too cold in New York, but it's been raining for the last couple of days. And, I'm just blown away by what I just experienced as it relates to everyone kind of getting up and sharing, who you are, where you're from. It's always a good thing to know who you're in business with. And the running theme was trust, I think. The concept of trust. And Mr. Grayson Marshall is someone I just met recently, about 2 months ago, through a phone conversation. But I had been hearing about him for probably about the last 5 or 6 years, about some of the things that he's been doing in the industry, about his faith walk through my business partner and cousin, right, Mr. Gerald D. Rogers. And when we first kind of engaged the concept about 6 years ago, the timing wasn't right. The companies weren't right. The people that were around us, it wasn't the right time. It wasn't the right, team of individuals overall. But when I got the call 2 months ago, it seemed like everything just really was falling into place. And I had an opportunity over the last couple of months to engage with Coach and, really not only hear what he's saying, but also see how what he does matches up with what he says. And that's what you want to do when you find someone that you can trust and you understand where they are, where they're coming from. It gives you a better idea of where you can go in the potential. And I know with the partnership that we've been able to forge, the sky's the limit with regard to what we can do, not only to help people with these products, but I'm more excited about what we're going to do collectively as we come together to really change the communities, the cities, and the country, and eventually the world as it relates to the cash flow that we're going to be able to generate through this compensation plan. So I just want to give Coach a round of applause. Give him a round of applause. So I'm going to do exactly what you just did, right? So my name is C. Thomas Gambrell. Everyone always asks me what the C stands for. It stands for Carlton. And no, not the dude on, well, that's funny, huh? Not that guy. And for some of you who are older, you remember Carlton the Doorman, Rhoda, one of them shows. So I always get that, but that's not why I go by C. Thomas Gambrell. I'm from New York City. I was born in the Bronx, but I was raised in Tampa, Florida, which is not too far from here. And at the age of 12, I'm not going to give you the long version. This is a short version. I went back to New York City to live with my parents and had an opportunity to go to high school. I played baseball at a pretty high level. I actually played Little League with Dwight Gooden and Sheffield and those guys in Belmont Heights in Tampa, Florida. So I played ball in high school as well as college. Studied computer science. I took that computer science degree onto Wall Street, where I worked for 7 years as a software engineer. And after working for 7 years, I had more disposable income when I was in college than I did after working for 7 years. So I knew it was something wrong. I was making a lot of money for a young African American, on Wall Street, and I just knew something had to change. And it was at that time that a very good friend of mine came to me and he shared with me the industry of network marketing. But the thing that compelled me was that the year prior, so I got the phone call in 1994, but in October of 1993, my grandmother gave me a call. And she called me on a Wednesday. Very odd. As soon as I heard her voice, I sat down because we would call her on Sunday every week to check in, see how she was doing. And she never called me. We always called her. So when she called me, right away, I knew something was going on. So she was having a conversation with me. She had been on dialysis for 15 years. And she was just saying that I'm tired. And it was pretty much like a goodbye call. But she wanted me to make a promise to her that I would do whatever I could, not only to take care of myself as an Ivy League grad, Columbia University, married a physician, working on Wall Street as a software engineer. We were going to be okay. But we didn't have the ability to raise a generation. Does that make sense? We were going to be able to take care of ourselves, but she made me make a promise that I would do whatever I could to help everybody in the family to be able to have the opportunity that I had afforded myself through the sacrifice that she made and my parents made. And it was that day that I knew that I had to find a way. And I knew it wasn't going to be the computer science, the Wall Street stuff, you know, based on what I was doing. I wasn't a trader or a broker or anything like that. And I got the phone call about this industry. And as the path that has emerged over the last 16 years has put me in a position where everything is in place to keep that promise to my grandmother. And I see this is the vehicle to do it. We've been in a couple of deals, but we've been in deals with the wrong people, people that lacked integrity. We've been in deals where companies made promises and then they didn't keep them. And it allowed the vision to smudge and blur. And then once you lose that internal fire, then, you know, game is over as it relates to that deal. So this segment of the training, which has begun, is really the most important part of the training. If you understand what has just taken place with each of us standing up and telling who we are and the connections that we've been able to make through the testimonies, we know where people are from, we know what they do, we know what's on their mind and their heart, some of the challenges that they're dealing with. You've heard my story. You'll get a chance to hear Gerald's story a little later. But if you understand what has just taken place, then now you can take this message to those people that don't know what you know about this opportunity, about the integrity of people in this room. And you can take that message heart to heart, not compensation plan to bank account, not even necessarily the healthy products that we're happy about, but it's really who can you impact, who can you save, really? Who can you go to that might be 21 years old and is looking to better their future and has the foresight to start putting down payments on engagement rings for the woman he ain't met yet, right? Right? There are tons of 21-year-olds out there. There are tons of people that have lost their parents to diseases that can be avoided for the most part. Does that make sense? So if you understand that, that's really what the true essence of network marketing is about. It's about relationships. And people don't follow people with money. People follow people with vision. And the vision really connects not with your eyesight, but it's really your imagination and what's in your heart. Does that make sense? So as you take the message of the information that we're going to share for the rest of the day to the people that are in your center of influence, if you can keep that at the forefront of your conversations and your engagements, as you engage people about this process, I'm coming to liberate you. I'm coming to free you. I'm coming to help you take better care of yourself. You might not understand that right now as I'm talking about SISEL and the type of money that we can make, but this is beyond your ability to, you know, just have some nice things and go nice places. It's about really putting people in a position where they can hope and dream again. Does that make sense? Yeah. Because 90% of your success is wrapped up in that. The rest of the information for the day is going to be how-tos. How to. How to is always going to be there for you. It's in the minds of some of the people in this room. The internet is filled with all of the information that we're about to share with you. Barnes and Noble, I can't say Barnes and Nobles anymore in Borders because they're all closing down because of Amazon, right? But the bottom line is that the how-tos are always going to be there for you. You don't have to worry about the how-tos. You're going to get a package from corporate that gives you information on how to do stuff. They have videos. They have people that have done it before. So the how-tos are always going to be there. But the 90% of your success is really some of the connections that you can make with people and have them trust your integrity, have them see the results because you're committed to success and you have that success. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. So what we're going to do, we're going to take a short 10-minute break, and then we're going to get into the how-tos.